Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, May's energy is next level. I'm talking glow up so big that you might not even recognize yourself by the end of this month. But just remember, these are energetic potentials in the sky, and it is up to you to take action if you want real transformation. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are a fire sign or you know one in your life. Aries, it is all about you this month. And when I say it's all about you, you are solely focused in on you, Aries, and it's not a bad thing. This is such a transformational moment for you if you use the energies very wisely in the sky. So the conversation starts off with Mercury really making this dance through your first, second, and third houses. And with Mercury in the first house, you really are focused on you. You're thinking about your life. You might be more intentionally focused in on the path that you're currently on. Perhaps you're scripting out a new path that you'd like to start to take. You're focused in on how you appear. You're focused in on how people perceive you. You're perhaps focused in on what small tweaks you need to make to your energy so that you can start to create an entirely new reality for yourself. Now, that happens from the beginning of the month until about the 10th. And then on the 10th, Mercury shifts into Taurus, into your second house. Now, Taurus has you thinking more methodically, more logically, more practically, and now your mind is on your gifts, your talents, and your money. So you went from creating this new life path to what talents and gifts do I need to possess in order to receive tangible material resources and money from this new path. And then on the 25th, Mercury moves into Gemini, and now you're able to communicate these ideas out to the world. It's very, very powerful, Aries. So start with, who am I? Who do I want to be? Step one. And then on the 10th, start to formulate the plan. How am I going to get from who I am to who I want to be? And then from there, number 3, the third house on the 25th is, how do I communicate out my new persona, my new identity? Remember, when you're trying to shift from one person to a new version of yourself, Aries, you've really got to embody that new version, which means you are thinking like that new version, you are speaking like that new version, you are showing up like that new version, and you are taking action like that new version. You have a lot of help because Venus is also in Aries the entire month, which means your personal magnetism, your charisma, your really beautiful personality is really highlighted because Venus is in your first house. And so you have this idea about this new version of who you'd like to become, and you have Venus, your magnetic energy, really pulling ideas and opportunities, perhaps new people to you, the right relationships, the right path is opening, and it's almost like too synchronistic, kind of too good to be true type of energy for you, Aries. So make sure to tap into it because there is a big opportunity for you this month if you are somebody who is ready to carve a new path to do just that. And Aries, the story gets easier and more beautiful as it unfolds because Mars is in Leo the entire month of May. And Mars in Leo is very much an energy around children, around romance. It's the energy around enjoying your life, really enjoying it, feeling totally fulfilled. It's also the energy around creative expression and entrepreneurship. You've got this new path carved, the magnetism is turned on, and you've got this physical, kind of assertive, forward momentum energy in the house of your self-expression, in the house of your creativity. So new path, magnetism's turned on, creativity is turned on, and the ability to take action toward those creative ideas is also amplified. It could also be that you decide to maybe start your own business at this time. You might decide to, with Mars and Leo, find a new romantic partner at this time. You might decide to start a family or have children at this time. There's lots of opportunity kind of swirling in the sky with this energy. And then on the 12th, there is a full moon happening in Scorpio in your 8th house, helping you release any deep-seated fears that you have. So if you're carving a new path and you've got some fears around who that person is, fears around being seen, fears around success, this is the time to release those out and really let them go so that you can actually really solidify yourself into this new identity. Aries, on the 25th, Saturn enters into Aries in your first house. So you truly are meant to evolve and transform your own life. You're meant to step into your empowerment, your independence at this time with this Saturn energy in Aries. It's a big shift, leaving Pisces, leaving your 12th house, where perhaps you were learning about escapism. Perhaps you were learning about your dreams, your spirituality, your intuition, and your connectedness. And you're meant to take those lessons and start to master them and start the cycle fresh and new with your new identity. So get ready for that, because it's going to be a big shift for you, Aries. But if you use it correctly, it's a very exciting shift that's going to lead towards some really amazing growth and evolution for your soul. Finally, Aries, there is a new moon happening in Gemini on the 26th. Mercury just entered into Gemini, where you're speaking about yourself and you're communicating out your new idea and your new identity and your new thoughts and your excitement around all of those things. And now you have the new moon hanging out as well. How beautiful is this, Aries? Because now your thoughts and your speech are manifesting very easily. Because remember, all you need is your thoughts, your speech, your emotions, and your actions to be in nice alignment for you to manifest anything. So with the new moon happening in your third house, manifest, think it out, send it out, declare it to the universe. The very important point here, Aries, is when you do manifest with your voice, declare. You've got to speak with lots of conviction, really say it from the heart space so that the universe knows you're not playing, right? You want to say, I am whatever this new identity is. I have whatever it is you desire. Make sure the thoughts are in alignment, the speech and the emotions and the actions, and you will be good to go. You have an opportunity in front of you this month to change your entire life. Aries, let me know in the comments below what you are most excited for. And if you need help transforming your life, make sure to check out the description box and join the Cosmic Collective today. Leo, May is a month that you are going to feel very connected, perhaps even more aligned than ever before to your soul purpose. Your career path could potentially shift to connect you to your soul purpose. And the best part of it all is that you are going to be connected to benefactors, friends, and other people that want to help you in this process. Leo, let's start with Mercury dancing between your 9th, your 10th, and 11th houses this month. The story here starts off with Mercury in your 9th house, really having you focused in on sharing your wisdom and your knowledge with very distant lands. This is the energy of book publishing. This is the energy of online businesses. This is the energy of your voice reaching far and wide. And with that, you might be connecting with people from foreign countries, perhaps people from different cultures than yours, or people that just have, in general, different life philosophies. And Leo, this is going to open up your mind to something totally different than you've ever been exposed to mentally before. And when we open up our minds, Leo, there is opportunity then for abundance to flow to us because you're more open to all the different possibilities. So it starts off very strong, very beautifully. Then Mercury on the 10th enters into your 10th house, and you've just taken all this wisdom and this knowledge and perhaps this new spiritual information or these new life philosophies, and it enters into your 10th house of your career, of your social reputation, of your business in the world. The opportunity here is that you could once again share information far and wide. The 10th house is your social reputation. This is the energy of going viral on TikTok or YouTube. This is the energy of you receiving information around your career. This is the energy of you marketing yourself or promoting yourself for a promotion or a raise. Super powerful energy here, Leo. And then on the 25th, Mercury now moves into your 11th house. This is social butterfly energy. So now you're really connected, Leo, to many different people. You're tapping into your social networks, your friends, groups you belong to, perhaps business colleagues, perhaps associates. This is like networking type energy, but also this is energy around the money you earn from your career. And remember, Mercury brings news, Mercury Mercury brings information. So you've got this beautiful story starting off in the ninth house, gaining wisdom, knowledge, opening up the mind so expansion and abundance can come to you, entering into your career or your reputation out into the world, entering into connecting with tons of different people and money and benefactors and allies with the work that you do. What an amazing start to the month of May and throughout the month of May. And we're just started with Mercury, Leo, so we have much more to go. Now, Venus is also really helping you out here because Venus is in Aries the entire month of May in, once again, your ninth house of abundance. What a beautiful energy, Leo. You really will feel very much connected to the world, perhaps, and you're going to open up your heart, kind of like I mentioned with that Mercury energy, but now it's even more energetic, where you're opening up yourself, you're opening up your compassion, your empathy, your understanding of other people, and when you feel more connected, there's simply more opportunity for you to really advance your life in a beautiful way. It gets even better and even easier for you because Mars, all of the month of May, is in Leo in your first house. So not only do you have this beautiful Mercury story playing out, you've got Venus in your house of abundance and expansion and really opening up the mind, but you've also got more Mars in your first house of taking action toward your dreams and towards your goals. Mars here in your first house has you very assertive toward your life path, toward taking independent action toward your dreams and your goals. What a beautiful combination of energy, Leo. And then on the 12th, there is a full moon happening in Scorpio in your fourth house. And this full moon is really shining a spotlight on your home and your family. And it's a time where you could expect perhaps that to move, you're moving homes, maybe you're moving to a different city. It could be that there's a change within your home. Say perhaps you live with a parent and your parent moves out. I don't know, perhaps your child goes to college or moves to different city. It's that type of energy where there's a shift in the family dynamic or a shift in the physical property owning of a home. And then on the 25th, Leo, Saturn enters into Aries now, once again in your ninth house. And this energy is all about new life lessons as it relates to your spirituality, as it relates to your dharma, why you're here on this earth at this time. So expect to maybe experience some life lessons, some challenges that can be reframed into opportunities for your soul's growth and evolution. But ultimately, what I would expect for you, Leo, is quite a deepening of your spiritual knowledge and really coming into your own and really understanding what your soul is here to do, and not just understanding that, but really being compelled to step onto that path, right? You've got Mars in that first house still, being compelled and to take action toward a new life that is in greater alignment with what it is your soul really does desire. It's very beautiful energy, Leo. And finally, on the 26th, there is a new moon happening in Gemini, once again in your 11th house. Now, the day before, Mercury entered into Gemini, where you're very social and you're meeting people that want to help you and they want to support you and they want to hang out with you. And you've got the new moon energy there as well. So it's a really great time, Leo, to send out some desires to the universe as it relates to money that you earn from your job, as it relates to this new path that perhaps you're exploring around your spirituality. It's a really great time to ask the new moon or God, source, universe, creator to help you become more authentic, right? Because the more authentic you are in this lifetime, the easier your path becomes and alignment occurs more naturally and much easier. And when all of that happens, Leo, now you are really in the frequency of abundance. And I'm not talking just money. I'm talking health. I'm talking wealth. I'm talking love, partnerships, relationships, spirituality. It's really opening up doors for you in many different ways, Leo. So make sure to use this energy wisely. Leo, let me know what you're most excited for this month in the comments below. And if you are ready to transform your life and you need help doing it, then make sure to check out the description box below and join the Cosmic Collective today. Sagittarius, May is bringing so much creative energy and self-expression. You're going to be wanting to march toward your greatest soul's expression with the energy of this month. So make sure to lock in and let's go. Mercury is starting out, Sagittarius, in your fifth house of children, romance, creative expression, of entrepreneurship, and of really just ultimately loving your life, feeling totally fulfilled in all areas of life, and really experiencing consistent and constant joy. Now, for you, this is the energy of perhaps some downloads around creative self-expression. Perhaps you are communicating with a new romantic partner that leads you to children. Perhaps you are ready to finally step into your entrepreneurial journey and start launching out your ideas to the universe. The fifth house could take on many different shapes and forms, but ultimately, this is all about information coming to you and you communicating out your creativity and your fullest self-expression. And remember, Sagittarius, at any time that you can do that very authentically, abundance absolutely must flow to you. And then on the 10th, Mercury enters into your 6th house of your daily work and health routines. And you can kind of think about this house as your day-to-day life, right? You're waking up, it's your morning routine, you go to work, you deal with the colleagues, you do your work duties, you come home, you go to the gym, you have your night routine, perhaps you study a little or whatever it is, and you wake up and you do the same thing. And so Mercury is the messenger. You might be receiving news about your job, you might be receiving news about your health, you might be communicating out new ideas around your work and your health, or it could be that perhaps in the 5th house when Mercury was hanging out at the beginning of the month, you decided that you were going to launch a new product. And then when Mercury moves into the 6th house on the 10th, now you're thinking, okay, well, how do I add in some new routine that supports this product that I launched or this new side hustle that I started? Or how do I add in to my life this new romantic partner that I just found? Or how do I add in the baby routine because we're about to have children? It's that kind of energy. And then on the 25th, Mercury enters now into your 7th house, where now you're really focused on your relationships, on your intimate relationships with either your partner, your family. This is relationships like your business partner or even your best friend. It's those close relationships. Now the story gets even better because Venus is hanging out in Aries the entire month of May in your 5th house. And so Venus, your personal magnetism, your love, your money, in the house of romance, in the house of children, in the house of your creative pursuits, and in the house of your entrepreneurial journey, if that's what you're doing. And so you've got this love energy here for children and romance and your creativity, right? When we fuel our creative projects with love, it really opens you up to a lot of abundance. But on top of that, you also have money energy hanging out in your 5th house of entrepreneurial journeys, or even your creative expression. Perhaps you start selling your art or you launch a business. It's that type of energy. And Sag, it gets even better because Mars is hanging out in Leo the entire month as well in your 9th house. Your 9th house of abundance and expansion. So the story could play out many different ways, but Mars is the energy of action, and the 9th house is all about your dharma. It's about your soul's path, why you are here on this planet at this time. So you're likely going to feel compelled, Sagittarius, to really figure that out in some action-oriented way, whether it's traveling abroad, connecting with different people, reading new material that opens your mind and really expands your perception of the world. And the full moon in Scorpio on the 12th helps with this idea because the full moon in the 12th house is really helping you release past resistance. So if you have been struggling with maybe something, lingering energy from a past life perhaps, or you're struggling with addiction, escapism tendencies, if you're struggling with not marching forward and really just being stuck when it comes to your dreams and your wishes fulfilled, this full moon is going to help you release all of that. And once again, you've got Mars in that 9th house wanting you to evolve your soul toward your soul's purpose in this lifetime. So the energy is really beautiful for this to play out very nicely and perhaps quite easily for you in a very kind of melodic type of way. And on the 25th, Saturn enters into Aries. And this is quite a big shift because Saturn has been hanging out in Pisces for the last 3 years. Now we'll feel this energy for up until September, and then Saturn will go retrograde. We'll talk about that when we get there. But for now, Saturn is entering into your 5th house, once again, of life's pleasures. This month, you're really meant to change your life and declare out what it is you really want for your life, Sagittarius. This is a time for you to decide how you are going to express yourself creatively, what you want from a romantic partner if you're still looking for one, what you want as it relates to children, whether you want them or not. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, this is a time where you can decide to take that step onto that journey, onto that new path. Now, Saturn brings life lessons, right? But Saturn is also asking you to master this area of your life. At the end of the day, Sagittarius, you have the next, 3 years to really step into total life fulfillment and pleasure. I think it's a great opportunity, so make sure to seize it. And finally, on the 26th, there is a new moon happening in Gemini in your 7th house. Now, we just talked about how Saturn is entering into the 5th house of romance. We just talked about how Mercury also, just the day prior, enters into your 7th house of your personal relationships. So there's definitely opportunity for you to connect with somebody new if that's what you're looking for, whether it's a business partner, a romantic partner, or a best friend. They all count. So maybe somebody new is coming into your life. And if you're not looking for somebody new in that capacity, you could simply send out some manifestations around more balance inside of the relationship, a healthier relationship, a more abundant relationship, whatever your heart desires, Sagittarius. Let me know in the comments below what you are most excited for May 2025. And if you need help transforming your life and you are truly ready to step into that new version of yourself, then make sure to check out the description box below and join the Cosmic Collective today.